he's made any adjustments heading into the finals of the World Team Trials. And it just remains to be seen. Our wrestlers are coming to the mat now. They will get to action.
So there you see Bisek.
Yeah, Bisek will be in the red singlet to start things off. Anderson in the blue. Bisek, of course, with the Minnesota Storm. And Anderson with the Army W cap. Both these guys live in Colorado Springs, actually, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bisek trains at the OTC quite a bit.
So going to be familiar opponents here.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily, actually. I mean, the Army has their separate training facility from the OTC. They do cross over sometimes. It varies wrestler by wrestler. There is a lot of coordinated effort in the Greco division, though.
And here we go. Right away, we see collision here between Bisek and Anderson. 2-on-1 there for Bisek.
Yeah, so Bisek comes in, 2 wins on the day, 9-0 over Camden Grimes in the quarterfinal round, and 2-0 over Jake Fisher, his Minnesota Storm teammate, who they've wrestled a ton. Bisek took that one 2-0 to advance to the finals. Anderson, only one match this morning, took out Alec Ortiz in the quarterfinals, then received a forfeit from Justin Lester in the semifinals. Justin Lester, his Army WCAP teammate. And Lester actually just forfeited out of the tournament after his one win in the quarterfinals. So that's how Anderson got to this point. And this, like we have mentioned previously, a rematch of last year's World Team Trials Finals, won pretty decisively by Bisek in 2 matches.
Nice drag by Bisek. He's looking to score here, and he's going to get a push out early. And Anderson was also given a passivity warning there. So it's been all Bisek so far, but just a 1-0 lead to this point. Left side collar tie for Anderson. He switches to an underhook, and that's cleared by Bisek. Does a good job of getting to his ties, his holds. And also a great top wrestler. When he gets on top, he can be dangerous with his guts. And so it's another thing to watch if Bisek's able to get a takedown in some way. And, you know, you mentioned Anderson's gas tank, but Bisek, you know, he can be a goer in his own right.
Yeah.
And I've seen him
Bisek
have some comebacks as well.
Is the guy who's been able to deal with the gas tank of Anderson. I mean, we've seen Anderson beat down by tremendous margins to some of these other guys in the States, but able to come back in the second period. But Bisek's been able to hold his own in the second period, which has been the key to his victories against Anderson. And like you said, Bisek gets his chance on top now. So let's see what he can do with it. Anderson not opening up from the bottom position. He's going to have to let go of those wrists. Looks like he did. Bisek has the high gut locked up, but Anderson doing a good job rolling it forward.
Bisek going to lift. Could be trouble here for Anderson, and he's going to go over for 2.
Beautiful back arch there from Bisek. He's going to go again.
And he'll take a 3-0 lead at least, and there he's going one more time.
That might be
2 more, not hand-to-hand, and Bisek's not going to stop there, not satisfied. 2 more, making it 7-0, and they'll say they're out of bounds, and it's a 7-0 lead just like that. And, you know, Bisek is so dangerous on top. Anderson got put down for a second passivity call, and he really paid the price for it, giving up 6 points there to Bisek. So it's a 7-0 lead just like that. And Anderson's gas tank may not even come to a factor. 1 more point, and it'll be a tech fall for Andy Bisek.
That's exactly what Bisek did at last year's World Team Trials. You know, he eliminated Anderson early on in the match and didn't let it get to that second stanza. But Bisek has a bloody nose right now. You see blood all over the back of Anderson, so he must have popped his nose on those gut wrenches. There's blood on the mat. They're going to clean up. We can see it. It's pretty visible right there. But trainer working on Bisek.
On that yellow mat.
Bisek, like we said, he's going for his 3rd World Team. Missed in 2012 to go to the Olympics, but since 2011, he's been the guy. Minus that 2012 year. So looking for 3 out of 4 years for Bisek. And, Anderson hasn't made a World Team yet, looking to get over the hump. looking to get there. And we all know experience is key. Once you get to the Worlds, it's almost like you get a new found confidence in yourself. Like, oh, I've been there, I've done that, I've been a World Team member. So this isn't the ultimate goal for a guy like Bisek, but Anderson, his goal is to get on the World Team.
Yeah.
Not that Bisek's isn't, but Bisek's looking
beyond
further.
that as well. He's tasted that international competition. And is
exactly. And Anderson, like I mentioned earlier, hasn't been as active internationally as Bisek has, which also plays into Bisek's hands. Bisek has the international experience just this year alone. After the World Championships, he's competed in 5 international events, I think.
Yeah, and that's huge experience for him moving forward, especially if he's going to be our World Team rep. He's going to have felt some of those international guys and not just the domestic guys we have here in the United States.
Yeah.
So they're drying off the mats here. They don't want anyone slipping around here, and they say they're good. And so if we haven't mentioned it yet, 8-point is a technical fall here. So
correct.
If at any point you get up by 8, the match is over. So it's a margin for error right now if you're Anderson, as he's right on the cusp of giving up that tech fall. And we see him trying to get to his ties. Anderson's really active, but Bisek doing a great job moving, countering, and getting to his own holds here.
Yeah, I like how Bisek's matching his intensity right now in the neutral position. You see how Anderson's constantly moving his arms and pressuring forward, but Bisek, it's a drive in his legs. Look at his legs drive. We talk about Greco all upper body, but that lower body is so important. Having the drive in your legs, being able to pressure forward and take ground. And excellent first period for Andy Bisek. It couldn't have gone any better.
Nope. No, it couldn't have. He got on top, and he got to show what really maybe separates him from the rest of the country right now. And if you're Anderson, you got to find a way. You got to find that angle. You got to find that big move here.
Well, for Anderson, it's going to be about chipping away. He's not going to come out and throw a big move. He's got to come out, slowly chip away. And take it point by point.
Yeah.
That's how he's going to do this.
So we're back to action, and Anderson coming right away, gets that right side underhook. Bisek clears it immediately. Anderson controlling that collar. Both guys keeping their hands moving, keeping their legs moving and driving.
Yeah, you see Anderson starting to pressure forward. Bisek charges right back. A great hand fight battle going on.
And Anderson really dropping that shoulder under the head a lot.
Yeah, that's the tactic guys use, try to get leverage underneath the chin. But Bisek neutralizing it really quickly, throwing those underhooks. But you see, it's just Pummel City. Arm throw.
And they're going to go slip there.
Slip throw there, not going to end the match.
So they're rewarding Anderson for taking that risk. Slip it can be a tough call, but you can kind of it when you see it. It's hard to explain, but a guy's able to go for a throw, and if you kind of swing and a miss like Anderson did, it's no penalty. They'll put you back up.
Yeah,
and they
swing
won't
and a miss.
point.
You have to have established control from the guy who's getting thrown upon. You have to see some sort of defensive stop, hold, just a pause in the movement. He has to establish control before they hit the mat.
Right. So
and not control like you would think in folk style.
No.
It's different sense of control, but like you said, you sort of know it when you see it.
So underhook left side, and now front headlock for Bisek. Now body lock now. It's cleared by Anderson.
Bisek charges in, trying to end this thing. He's close to the edge.
Close.
Bisek, careful. He tight roped the edge there. Didn't want to give up a push out of his own.
And no sign of fading from either guy. And these guys have battled the entire match. There have been no breaks in contact. Both guys have battled the entire time for position here. So it really speaks to the conditioning that you mentioned earlier.
Exactly.
Anderson, fighting hard, not giving up. He does not want to give up that last point. But at the same time, you got to think, I got to go. I got to get some points on the board here somehow. As Bisek drives, and he's going to come behind. Anderson able to square up, and I think we're going to see a push-out point for Anderson. So it was really close, but Bisek goes out first and gives up the push-out point. So it's 7-1 now. Anderson just that much closer, but still 6 is a big deficit.
6 points against Bisek. You're not going to get it with just push-outs. It took him 5 minutes to get one.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to go for the big move. I mean, typically his game is he'll just drive you out of bounds, drive you out of bounds, drive you out of bounds. And you see him driving, pushing Bisek around right now, but Bisek, he's just sort of circling, staying the course. He doesn't have to do anything, no crazy moves. Another arm throw.
There's an arm spin attempt, and they say another slip. White paddled, so they're back up, still 7-1. Bisek leading 26 to go. Anderson picking it up here, trying to find that opening, trying to find that one spot, that big move. Underhook right side for Bisek. Dropping his head, keeping his head low, his hips back, not leaving himself vulnerable to any big moves with just 8 seconds to go. There's a body lock attempt from Anderson. He's going for it, but it's Bisek that comes out on top for 2, making it 9-1 and a tech fall with 1 second left, and that'll do it. Andy Bisek going to take match number 1 here by technical fall over John Anderson.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's an impressive